It was one of the biggest coaching moves in modern times. Damien Hardwick left Punt Road and decided to move up north to the sunny Gold Coast. That's what the simple history says at least. In hindsight, Hardwick got away with coaching murder. Now 3 premierships in 4 seasons help, but his imprint on Richmond will last many years to come, and the same can now be said for the Gold Coast Suns, and as he said when he first joined, his new toys. Hardwick has been ultra sneaky in the past couple years, and despite being a triple premiership coach, his actions flew under the radar. From the outside, he has almost perfectly put together his own grand plan to add a 4th premiership to his CV, and Richmond fans shouldn't be happy about it. The Suns have started as hot as any team with a 4-0 record. Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson, Will Powell, Sam Flanders and Ben King are now all around that 80-ish plus game mark. They are the core players of the club, and in terms of the number of games they have played, they are either entering or in their primes. Throw in experience and age in Sam Collins, Jared Witts, Tuke Miller, John Noble, Daniel Rioli, and now a fully fit Lockie Weller, and it's roughly a third of the Suns' starting lineup that is at their peak. Sprinkle in the young talent of Mac Andrew, Jed Walter, Ethan Reid, Bailey Humphrey, and Bodie Hewland, and that is as even a spread of players in any AFL club. Now, I'm not saying the Suns will win the premiership, but clearly the list is built for the present, medium future, and long-term future. All the layers of experience, prime players and youth is checked off and very even across all of the lines. It might be the list sweet spot for flag runs over the next decade. There is no man who saw this building and the fruitful nature of the Suns Academy than Damien Hardwick. He has jumped on ship and is now guiding this club to more steady waves. We'll get back to his impact on the Suns a bit later on. But let's not completely sweep under the carpet his shrewd move to abandon a sinking ship at Richmond. After a 2022 season in which the Tigers lost an elimination final away to Brisbane, in part to bad luck and a last-gasp Joe Danaher goal, it was a critical off-season. The club was only 2 years off their 2020 grand final, but all the veteran members of that team were now obviously 2 years older. Trent Cotchin, Jack Riewoldt, Dustin Martin were in that mix, and throw in the retirements of Josh Caddy, Shane Edwards and Kane Lambert, it threw up a couple different directions to go. Either to begin a small reset, drafting first round talent while easing the veterans out over the next couple seasons, or go for one last hurrah. Fast forward to mid-2023 and Hardwick, in his last Richmond press conference, revealed watching the Last Dance documentary inspired him enough to pick the last hurrah option. I made the fatal mistake of watching The Last Dance, thought what may have been, but once I decided that that part of the equation started to slip away, then I started to question myself. As soon as I started asking the question more, I started to understand what the answer was going to be. The best thing for myself was to step aside. If I couldn't give 100%, there was no way I was going to coach this football club. It's interesting. At the time, it was heartfelt, and I'm sure it mostly was, but in hindsight, it is sneaky. During the 2022 off-season, list management made the big swing and got in GWS on ballers Jacob Hopper and Tim Taranto. The rough cost of the time was picks 12, 19, 31 and a future first round pick. Hopper has played just 32 games and not shown any of the burst he had when he was at his best at the Giants, and although Tim Taranto won the best and fairest in 2023, his ball accumulation hasn't led to wins. It's not his fault, but Taranto is the type of player who is in and under and distributes the ball rather than a match-winning game breaker. The point is, after 3 wins through 10 rounds, a clear decline of form on the list, the draft cost of Hopper and Taranto, and a lack of high-quality youth coming through, Hardwick saw what was coming, a full-on rebuild. Instead of taking charge of the club through the end of 2024, which was his contract, he quit. It really is as simple as that. Now the debate whether it was right or wrong to quit will go on forever, but what he did after was, you guessed it, sneaky. He said, "It became apparent probably 2 weeks ago that the time was about right. I'd rather leave too early than too late. I want to make sure I leave loving the game, not resenting the game. I'm looking forward to a break." His so-called break didn't even last 3 months. He resigned from Richmond on the 23rd of May and signed on to be the Suns' next senior coach on the 21st of August. What a move. Not only did Hardwick perfectly abandon the Tigers, but he joined a club, as described before, that was moving upwards, with a further 4 academy players set to join in the then 2023 draft. The Tigers under Adamuze won just 2 games in 2024, not helped by a horrific injury list, and to add salt to the wounds, lost Liam Baker, Jack Graham, Shai Bolton and Daniel Rioli, who fittingly joined Hardwick in the Gold Coast. Now those decisions were to hurry up the rebuild and bring in first round picks, but Hardwick at his desk must be laughing. It's hard to think of any other coach in AFL history that has navigated disaster and come out on the other side set up to play finals. But clearly Hardwick has had a massive positive effect. His presence and assurity in his method has given a tremendous boost to all the Suns players. He is a proven premiership coach and always talks with belief about his system and his players. In this context, his past and his achievements are his superpower. Pair this with his strong messaging in the back half of the year, specifically when he said the club needed to grow up, and a sense of urgency has also been sparked. This has resulted in that 4-0 start, with Richmond to come in round 6. Hardwick deserves his flowers up until this point, but he has seemed to have truly changed the Gold Coast Suns for good. Perhaps winning now has also protected him from any backlash from quitting the Tigers. While they are in the dumps rebuilding, Hardwick has his sights on another deep finals run. Perhaps the only asterisks against the Suns have been their opposition. Big wins against North Melbourne, Melbourne and West Coast don't look all that impressive, and they did get some umpires' luck in their home win against Adelaide. Fast starts have also been the Suns' thing over their existence. They have seemed to fall flat in the back end of years. That will obviously need to change to finally get a maidens final appearance and get 100% belief that they are finally good enough and not just making up the numbers.